What's going on, everybody? It is I, your baloney brother, Michael Sailor Garza. Michael Sailor's the man, by the way. We all love Michael Sailor. Okay, so we're going to talk about our favorite prediction market of all time, Kalshi. LOL. No, Kalshi sucks. Kalshi's for degenerate gamblers, and we're going to go over a few reasons why Kalshi's stupid. And I am. You want to know why I'm making this video about Kalshi? Because I keep seeing their stupid freaking AI ads pop up on my YouTube feed. Do you want me to hate? If Kalshi wants me to hate them, I could do that. It's very easy. Only reason I know about Kalshi is I see these stupid, and I repeat to you, stupid advertisements of this AI slop. Like, they're these really crappy AI ads that just keep showing up on my YouTube ads when I'm watching a YouTube video. And it's just like, ugh. And it's just so obvious that it's all AI generated imagery. And the thing is, it's like, obviously America has enough of a gambling problem to where they're going to get enough suckers. They're just sitting out that line. They're sitting out that line, right? They're shitting that thing out. And then all these gambling addicts are just going to be like, oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, let me blow my entire grocery budget on Kalshi. Oh, yeah, let me blow all my other budgets on Kalshi because I'm a degenerate moron. Yeah, by the way, I'm making fun of people who go on Kalshi. Anybody who goes on prediction markets, by the way, I'm talking about you guys. If you're a degenerate gambler, and I'll admit, I'm making fun of my brother on this one by all technicality, because my brother is a degenerate gambler. I love him. He needs to stop gambling. I'm just going to tell him that right now. But he needs to stop fucking gambling, all right? Like, I know a few people who do a lot of stupid gambling, right? What is the point of gambling if you're not going to win, right? The house always has the edge, right? The reason I'm in the stock market is because, precisely put, I always win. Because even though the game is slightly rigged, it's not really that much rigged. I know that if I play long-term or even bi-weekly, I'm a successful trader because I'm not day trading, I'm swing trading. I wait a little bit before I get a profit. My point is this. I'm tired of the Kalshi ads. YouTube, for the love of God, please stop playing Kalshi ads. And the worst part about this is YouTube is going to play even more Kalshi ads because my smartphone is right next to me, and I keep saying, Kalshi sucks. Kalshi sucks. Kalshi is gay. I keep saying that to my smartphone, but it doesn't hear the is gay part. It just hears Kalshi, Kalshi, Kalshi. Prediction market, Kalshi, Kalshi, Kalshi. It doesn't hear the words in negation. So that's probably why. So what they're going to do, I'm going to have nothing but Kalshi ads on my YouTube ads that come in. It's gambling. These prediction markets, it's gambling. It's all a gamble, right? And I think they use the term prediction market, like futures market, to make it seem less like a gamble, but it's still gambling. Kalshi is gambling. I am so sick of Kalshi. Done. I can't do it. It's too fucking stupid. All right? Kalshi sucks. Yeah, I'm going to say it right now, dude. Kalshi blows. I've never used the platform, but I know it's for gamblers. I know it's a prediction market. Also, their ads blow ass. The Kalshi ads are terrible. They're AI slop. I want nothing to do with Kalshi. In fact, if that company went bankrupt, I think it would be better for the world. I don't usually want a company to go bankrupt, but when it comes to DraftKings, FanDuel, they're not going to go bankrupt, unfortunately, because there's too many suckers and morons who get on these platforms and think that they are going to make money when in all reality they end up being the sucker. Now, granted, there are some people who are smart enough to make money. There are some people who are smart enough to make money on these, and good for them. Seriously. Thank you, Monk 500 VR for the 100. I appreciate the 100. Boom. You're so sexy. What do you think about Kalshi, brother? Do you think it's as dumb as I think it is? Because I think Kalshi is ridiculous, dude. I can't stand Kalshi. Fucking Kalshi, dude. It's so dumb. Like, these prediction markets are just the epitome of idiocy, right? And the AI ads are the worst part about it. I'm not going to play any of them because I don't want to. I want to talk bad about Kalshi. Is what I want to talk bad about because it should be talked bad about. It's fancy gambling, is what it is. It is fancy gambling, is what Kalshi is, and it's garbage. But I'm going to give you guys a few reasons why Kalshi. Yeah, I'm looking up some information on it, though, real quick. But yeah, Kalshi is for gambling degenerates at the end of the day. I mean, prediction markets are basically you thinking that you could predict the future. Now, you could be right. You could be right. There are some outcomes that you may get right. But at the end of the day, it's fancy gambling. Now, don't get me wrong. Would I consider going on Kalshi and betting on a couple things? Sure, for fun. But there are legitimate people who go on Kalshi and they're just making bets all day long. $100 bet here, $100 bet here. Oh, I was just yelling at the wind. Thomas, I was yelling at the wind, brother. And the cool thing is, I mean, this all gets recorded anyway. So I want people who watch the future recordings to know how I feel. I don't need anybody to be here at the moment. I'm sitting on my soapbox right now saying that Kalshi sucks ass. Kalshi is for gambling degenerates, and they need to admit that they're gambling degenerates, hopefully. Yeah, it's a regulated derivatives exchange technically, but it's still gambling. It's just a fancy word. It's basically a workaround. Basically, prediction markets are a workaround to make it seem like it's not gambling, but it is gambling, by the way. I will say what Kalshi actually is on paper. So Kalshi is a CF, and I'm going to say this real quick, a CFTC regulated designated contract market. Okay, it's a DCM. Now, same regulatory bucket as a futures exchange, just focused on event contracts. Now, that's the catch. They're event contracts. So basically, it kind of gets them out. It's a loophole, basically. It allows people to gamble on things that are happening in the real world without calling it gambling. It's gambling, but not gambling. It really is gambling, though, at the end of the day. Now, you do trade yes or no contracts on whether some event will happen. Inflation prints, Fed cuts, unemployment levels, sports, elections, erections. Each contract is priced between $0 and $1 and settles at $1 if the event happens, and $0 if not. They do market it as a new asset class that lets people hedge or speculate on real-world outcomes. Cool. So structurally, it's legal event futures, not an offshore sports book. Yeah, about that, I still find it to be gambling. It's still gambling, dude. You know, here's why a lot of people would call it pure gambling, though. Think about it this way. You're literally betting on events, dude. You're literally betting on events. Even Wikipedia's description is basically Kalshi is a prediction market that lets users bet on the outcome of future events, from economic indicators to politics, awards, and weather. That pretty much feels like gambling to normal humans, regardless of what the CFTC calls it. Now, it hits the same dopamine loop as sports betting. So you can bet on sports outcomes, political races, and short-term events with clear win-lose resolution, just like a sports book, except for you do get to bet on more things besides sports. So if you're a degenerate gambler, you can gamble on the future. Me personally, I'm going to stick to my swing trading. I stick to swing trading the VT, which honestly gives me proven gains. I get proven gains. Like, unless I can actually see the events that are about ready to unfold in the future, I ain't betting. You know, I can't predict the future. I can find patterns that might indicate what the future is going to look like, but I don't know for sure how events are going to unfold. So anyway, there are parlay-like products and lots of small, rapid bets, which research on gambling harm flags as especially risky. Frequent short horizon wagers, they encourage chasing losses and just one more bet behavior. It's just like just one more bet. So, if you're on the app mashing parlays on NFL and elections, your behavior is basically indistinguishable from a DraftKings or a FanDuel degenerate, right? So you're still a degenerate. You're still a gambling degenerate POS, and you're probably betting all your family's money, right? Your son or daughter probably isn't going to be able to eat tonight because you spent your entire paycheck on Kalshi, and you think you can predict the future. Good for you, dude. Good for you. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't necessarily blame Kalshi, per se. I blame people for not taking any form of responsibility for anything they do in life. It is up to you. You don't have to listen to the noise. If somebody tells you you need to do something, tell them to fuck off. The art of saying no needs to make a comeback. We have become too agreeable as a society, and it's become a major issue. One of the reasons people, like my brother, I love my brother a lot, but he is too fucking agreeable, right? And his agreeableness leads him to be a degenerate gambler, right? That's a big deal. And I care about my brother too. Also care about my friend, my bud Cody. I think he gambles a little. If he's winning, then sure. If he actually tracks everything and he's really winning, okay, fine. But if he's not, that's a big problem. Michael Donaldson says, I have that problem when I go fishing. Just one more cast. Yeah. Well, at least you're doing something that's not necessarily bad for your health. You're not losing any money when you're fishing. You're spending time outdoors. And so you're doing something that's good for you. You see, the thing is, gambling is a degenerative behavior. I think it's a degenerative behavior. I think it's bad for you. Going out fishing, you're catching fish. You're going to eat the fish or sell the fish, whatever you're going to do with it. Or just let the fish go back out. But you're getting outdoor time. You're getting fresh air. You're being one with nature. When you're doing degenerate gambling, you're on your smartphone too much. You're at the casino too much. It's ridiculous. Gambling is bad. I really do think that gambling is bad. And I think that there's so many, it's sad because there are so many susceptible people out there who just want to gamble. And by the way, if you think that the stock market is gambling, I will say that is stupid. It's only gambling if you day trade. If you stay in the market, it's not gambling, especially if you're really diversified. Michael Donaldson says, I'm losing lures and those aren't cheap. Well, at least you're having a good time, though. You're doing something that you enjoy. You're not losing a ton of money. Make sure you don't lose too many lures, though, my man. Be smart about your lures. Maybe get better fishing line, too. Get really good fishing line and get good lures. That's the best thing I could say. It's quality, not quantity. Michael Donaldson. I'm not that great of a fisherman, though. I'm okay. I'm not very good, though. I'm a very shitty fisherman. Now, regulators keep treating it as gambling, by the way. This is something I wanted to point out. Several state regulators are basically saying you can call it a commodity exchange all you want. This is sports betting. Connecticut ordered Kalshi and others to stop operating in the state, calling their products unlicensed wagering on sports politics that violate state gaming laws. Huh. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, happy poop, happy poop, yum yum. A Nevada federal judge cleared the way for the state's gaming regulators to go after Kalshi for what they see as sports betting disguised as prediction markets. Exactly. So it's basically them call. So the funny thing is they call these prediction markets, and they technically are on paper. But let's just call a spade a spade. It is gambling. You are trying to predict the future. If your contract is wrong, you get nothing. If your contract is right, you get something. Cool. It's still bullshit gambling, is what I'm trying to say. Now, the NCAA has sent integrity letters raising concerns about how Kalshi's college sports markets could impact game integrity and student athletes. Yeah, it's basically gambling, dude. It's so fucking gambling because you're trying to predict. That's what gambling is. You're trying to predict an outcome, and whatever, and what happens afterwards is the outcome. It may fall in your favor. It may not. This is a fancy form of gambling. It's just they use prediction market as a loophole, even though they are using contracts technically. But yeah, it's basically a workaround for a lot of the state laws that are against gambling. But yeah, it's gambling. It's gambling. Now, when gaming commissions, not just financial regulators, start swinging at you, the "this is gambling" label gets louder. Now, there are lawsuits and critics that frame it as illegal sports betting. A recent class action lawsuit in New York accuses Kalshi of unlicensed sports betting and duping users, including claims that users were unknowingly betting against Kalshi on it or its partners rather than purely against other users. Kalshi calls the suit baseless, but the allegation itself pushes the public narrative towards shady gambling shop. Absolutely, dude. That's the way I see it, bro. It's shady gambling. And also their ads. If you guys check out their ads, it's all a bunch of bullshit AI slop. It is terrible. Their ads are so garbage. The biggest... And look, I'm being really negative on Kalshi because I hate that they call themselves... They have the gall to call themselves a prediction market. It pisses me off. Give me one moment, folks. But yeah, it's total BS gambling is really what it is. Samuel Westall says, "Hi, Michael. Respect." Give me one moment. No. All right, let's see. Yeah, thank you, Sam. I appreciate you, man. Emotional intelligence pays the best dividends. Yeah. Yeah, here's the thing, man. I don't try to predict the future, because if you're wrong, then you lose completely. If you're right, I mean, you get an okay payout. But yeah, here's the thing. I like to swing trade the markets, right? The actual markets, like the stock market, for example. I don't do options. The only options I technically am exposed to is the SBIT, but I believe that Bitcoin's a Ponzi scheme, so I have no problem actually owning that ETF. Michael Donaldson says the problem here is it's fishing from shore and everything underwater is lava rock with shallow edges and strange formations that I can't see. Oh, got ya. That makes sense. Well, have you thought about like a bobber? Like, when you're fishing, like, having a little bobber that makes it to where it floats up. So that way it's not going too far down, but it floats up to the point where it's like the fish will try to, whoop, then you'll be able to scoop it in like a little bobber, Yeah, I don't, Captain Cupcake, I don't reveal what I bring in yearly. I don't reveal that to my audience. Nope. That stuff you don't talk about publicly. Keeps you more anonymous. So, look, I like to try to stay as anonymous as possible. It's just the way everybody should be. At least when it comes to certain aspects of their life, I think. We're going to predict the market on Kalshi. Yeah, no, I don't need to prove myself to strangers, to be honest. And it's just the way I am. I've never really needed anybody's approval to be me. At the end of the day, I don't really care about social approval. I really don't, man. I think whatever I want to think, and I do whatever I pretty much want to do in this life. And as long as I'm being ethical, that's all that really matters. But yeah, no, I'll just say that I'm pretty well off overall. I'm doing a pretty good job and just being smart about a lot of stuff. And that's pretty much the key, man. Be smart about everything you're doing. But yeah, I keep seeing the AI slop. It's like this AI slop Kalshi ads, dude. I think the Kalshi prediction market ads are so fucking stupid, dude. Like, they are so... there's levels of annoying to it. It's just so annoying. Like, I don't understand, like, why people are like, oh, Kalshi. It's the next big thing. OMG. It's like, ugh. Stop with the Kalshi ads, man. Give me 1 second, my brony brothers. Thank you, Mr. Samuel Westall. I appreciate the generous compliment. It's much appreciated, my brony brother. Hell yeah. But yeah, overall, I think Kalshi sucks, is what I'm trying to say. I think all these prediction markets are pretty much bogus bullshit gambling, and it needs to be called out. And I'm calling it out right now on this particular episode. but yeah, like lawsuits and critics frame it as illegal sports betting. So a recent class action lawsuit in New York accuses Kalshi of unlicensed sports betting and duping users, including, I already read this, sorry. Investor Ross Gerber publicly described prediction markets like Kalshi as illegal sports betting operations amid the legal heat. You don't get this kind of press and not end up with a for degenerate's reputation in finance Twitter land. Now, gambling harm. Now, the gambling harm folks see the same risk profile. Organizations focused on gambling harm warn that prediction markets such as Kalshi and Polymarket can cause the same kinds of financial losses and addiction as traditional gambling. I'm not a big fan of Polymarket either. I think it's degenerate gambling. However, I do like to check out Polymarket to see what they think is likely going to happen, especially because they're always on, app-based, and framed as investing rather than betting. It's sad because it's not investing. It's basically you're gambling that something is or is not going to happen, right? And you could say that investing is kind of the same, but it is very different than gambling. When you're investing, yes, you're taking risk, but at the same time, it's a calculated risk. It takes time. You may lose your money if the company sucks, or you may, gain money. It all depends. Now, there's always a gamble in anything. There's always a risk, but this is just pure instant gratification gambling. When you're investing, especially in a well-diversified portfolio, your risk profile is so much less. Now your reward is not as high, but you still get a gain. You still get some kind of reward, and that's the important thing to note, is the reward is there. Anyway, so that combo is easy access, financial framing, and lots of small variable outcomes, right? And it's exactly what problem gambling people get worried about. So why defenders say it's not just degenerate gambling? So to be fair, there's another side to this. Now, we'll try to cover that. I don't want to, but whatever. Now, real regulation. Kalshi is a federally regulated DCM overseen by the CFTC, not some offshore book in Caraco. So there is that benefit. If you're going to gamble, at least you're at least using a company that's not somewhere shady, right? There are hedging use cases. Their own marketing emphasizes hedging things like inflation, rates, or government shutdown risk, essentially futures light for people or firms with real economic exposure. To some degree, that can make sense. Honestly, though, I just hedge using certain, you can hedge using options contracts, which in a sense are gambling. You can at least set the expiration date on those, but institutional plus media embrace. Susquehanna, a major trading firm, acts as a market maker, giving it some serious finance credibility. CNN and CNBC have struck data partnerships with Kalshi to show its prediction data on air and on their sites, treating the odds more like market information than betting lines. Now, I think that showing that information can actually change the outcome. Think about it. Showing information can confirm certain biases or make people do a certain thing, right? So if the prediction market is saying that Coca-Cola is going to go up by $1, right? The Coca-Cola share price will go up by $1, and then they show that same graph on like CNBC, then everybody's going to start buying up Coca-Cola, and then prophecy fulfilled, right? I think a lot of these are self-fulfilling prophecies, and that if some of these Kalshi bets, some of these Kalshi predictions get wind on TV and stuff, then everybody's going to try betting in on that one prediction and then also making that prediction come true. So I don't know, man. It's interesting to bet on specific events on Kalshi. I still think it's degenerate gambling, though, is what I really believe it is. So the question is it for gambling degenerates? Yeah, I would say so. I still believe firmly that Kalshi is for gambling degenerates, and that I think it's a net negative to society, and I think that people with a gambling problem are going to go on Kalshi thinking that it's going to save them because they think that they could predict things. And that's the truth. That's the way I see it. I'm calling a spade on this one, man. I mean, why not? Standing on the edge of forever, at the start of whatever. But yeah, Kalshi sucks, is what I'm trying to say. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's dumb. I really do. I think prediction markets really are another form of fancy gambling, and you're predicting events. That sounds like gambling to me. Predicting actual events. Like, I understand if you're doing options contract on the predictions of, we know what direction is the stock price going to go, that sort of thing. Options contracts make a little more sense because they have some longevity to them. Now, there is a little bit of longevity to these Kalshi bets. I'm still calling them betting bets because that's what they are. It may be a prediction market, but honestly, it's glorified betting. It's really what it is. Oh, hold on. Popping my neck. But yeah, I'm hoping that more people will call it as it really is, but, I don't think that'll happen. What do you guys think, though? Do you guys think that Kalshi is just degenerate gambling at the end of the day? I mean, I think so. I mean, you are gambling. I mean, like, you're really, it's either a yes or a no. That's how money line gambling is. When you're betting on a team to win, do they win or do they not? If they win, you get money. If they don't, you don't get money. It's gambling. And, but it is labeled as a prediction market, unfortunately, so there's really not much we could do. Certain states can choose to outlaw it, though. But I say just let it be. I look at it this way. If people are going to be degenerate gamblers and they're going to fall for that AI slop, they just deserve to lose their money. I mean, that's kind of what I've learned. If you're falling, if you go on Kalshi because you saw those stupid AI-generated ads that they keep putting on my fucking YouTube feed, I don't know why I get so annoyed. I'm really annoyed, dude. This is bugging me. I'm pissed. Stay out of my feed, Kalshi. Stay out of my feed. But yeah, I really do think they need the gambling helpline on prediction markets because I think too many people think that they can predict the future. And it's stupid. It really is stupid. I mean, look, if you're using it to hedge certain things, sure, why not? But if you're just being like YOLO to the Rolo, Google accountant is asking, what do you think of Haynes stock? I think Gildan just purchased it for $5 billion. Ooh. I mean, Hanes is an incredible company. I love Hanes products. They make great. I love their shirts and I love their underwear. I wonder if they're still publicly listed. I think they're still publicly listed. I like to believe. Let me take a look here, though, just in case. This may take a few seconds. It's funny because I still own, at least I still think I own Hanes. Oh, wait, maybe I never did own Hanes. It's at $6.50. Wait a minute. I think I might have owned it at one point, but I don't think they're publicly listed anymore. I think I may have had to, I think I probably ended up selling my shares. Hold on. Hanes stock. Oh, they're listed under Hanes Brands. Okay, that explains why I was having trouble finding them. Hanes Brands. Let's see. No. Shows they're listed on the New York Stock Exchange, HBI. That's crazy. Are they delisted? Because it says New York Stock Exchange, HBI. I don't understand why they wouldn't be listed on here, though. What the hell? Oh, maybe they delisted it because it got bought out. Because if Gildan bought the entirety... Oh my God, if they bought the entirety of the Hanes brands... That's insane, man. I could have swore I had Hanes in my portfolio. This is why it's killing me, dude. I'm like, dude, I had Hanes brand sitting somewhere in my portfolio. Oh, I have to wait to buy it until the merger's finished? No, I think I already have it in my portfolio is what I'm trying to say. I think I already had it, but I have to sift through. I have to go take a crap. Hold on. Okay, BRB taking a happy poo. Hold on. No, I think Gildan bought Hanes, it looks like. That's interesting, man. Crazy. Oh. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Oh yeah, let's roll. But yeah, not a bad buy, man. Not a bad buy at all. And here's the thing, I like Hanes. I think Hanes is fantastic. I think... What can you do, man? It's a good one, bro. It's a good one. Oh. Okay. I gotta check one of my moves in chess. Do I own any penny stocks? Occasionally I will. Just if I have a little extra, I call it extra cock money to burn, I'll ask ChatGPT if there is a company that might be underlooked, or I should say overlooked by the market that's a penny stock, and I'll buy a couple shares. In fact, I'll have ChatGPT from time to time give me like 5 penny stocks that might be a good long-term investment to take a risk on. And yeah, I'll take a little bit of a risk. It's not really much of one because the dividends that I receive will cover any losses. So it ends up being a win-win situation either way. Oh, I think I might have just won against my bud. Hold on. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Happy poop, yum yum. Yum yum. Yeah, dude, I think I just won, and I had a -3 disadvantage. Yes. That's what we call easy checkmate right there. I wouldn't say an easy. That was actually a difficult one to come up with. Rodolfo, my boy, dude, Rodolfo. Woo woo! Welcome to the Michael Saylor fan club, everybody. Woo! I took the orange pill and decided to wear my. I'm doing what Michael Saylor wants me to do. Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor. Don't we all love Michael Saylor? He's a boy, he is our man. Michael Saylor takes me to the can. Oh, every day we love Michael Saylor all night. Michael Saylor. Everybody get down with the player. Michael Saylor. Everybody get down with the player. Michael Saylor is my man. I think about him all the time. I think about him so damn much. I think about his magic touch. I think about Michael Saylor every freaking day. I think about Michael Saylor, and that doesn't make me gay. I love Michael Saylor and his 21 rules for Bitcoin. I love Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor. Everybody loves Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor. Ooh, everybody loves Michael Saylor. Everybody loves Michael Saylor. Cause everybody loves Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor. Everybody loves Michael Saylor and his grifting techniques. Everybody get down before Michael Saylor slaps your cheeks. He's gonna clap you. He's gonna win. We all love Michael Saylor. Everybody knows his name. Oh yeah, what are you doing? All right, so I'm using a little bit of GIMP, doing some edits, making a template. Interesting. Oh shit. Okay, so if I want to win this, I've got to trap as king, which I might be able to do, admittedly. I don't know, dude. I don't know how I'm going to beat my boy on this one, man. I don't know how I'm going to do it. Oh, snap, dude. Oh, snap, dude. Rodolfo says, but it looks straw, and it's December. Your hat is so good, says Rodolfo. It is the Monkey D. Luffy hat. My boy Luffy from One Piece. I got this from my buddy Billy, my buddy White Eagle. Hunter Biden and Hog, dude. Thank you, Spartacus. We need Hunter Biden. Yes. Ride in with Biden, dude. You need to screen share your laptop so we could see. I was thinking about doing some gaming, and I do have a video capture card that I could plug into my laptop, so I could play games on my laptop and show you guys. It would be pretty dope. Thank you, E.T. I know you get pretty hard when I come on, man. I get it. It's a hot show, dude. My show is sexy. I can't help it. I think I need to wear my hat more often. Maybe I need to wear a variety of hats. I think that's what needs to happen on this show. That's what I'm assuming. I think. Pink Pony Club. I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Brony Club. Google accountant says hard as a diamond. Tristan Allen says cocaine. Oh, geez. No. Google accountant, man. I don't know how it's going to work either, Google accountant. Writer's Block says, appreciate you respecting yourself today. Have a like. Thank you for the like. I'll do my best to avoid the frosting. I might have to have a psychological intervention about my frosting lifestyle. My family and friends want to have an intervention for me, and we may do an intervention episode. The hat did it for you? The hat got you all sprung? It's a good hat, man. Well, I might have just won against my boy Jake. I'm not sure yet. It's tough. $10 to go streak. I'm not going to go streaking in my yellow hat. I don't feel like getting arrested right now. By Curious George yet. We're going to need more than an intervention. Don't make me get out the mustard and the frosting. You guys, don't make me get out the mustard and the frosting. Please. Don't do this to me. I feel good. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I knew that I would. Da-da-da-da-da. I feel nice. So good. So good. I got you. I don't know how I'm going to win this one, man. I don't know how I'm going to win this. I mean, I'm looking like I might, but I'm still feeling like I might be missing something here. So let me take a look. Here's what the board is looking like, by the way, as I'll fill you guys in. So I am black. I'm the black pieces. He's the white pieces. And yeah. By the way, if you guys want to add me on there, that's my... if you guys want to add me on chess.com, by the way, there's my username. No. It's the way the board is looking right now. It's a very weird... My ELO rating's pretty low, though. I'm at 945. I don't know how I'm going to pull this off this W, man, but I got to try something, man. I think I've got his... He's still going to have to put out a knight or something like that. His queen could demolish the knight. I got to block off his queen from being able to protect anything. So, yeah. It's an interesting scenario in this game, I'll tell you what. Well, at least it's not frosting or mustard. Oh, he made a move. He made his move. This is actually a very exciting game, man. All right, he did the move I expected him to. Very good. I'm going to try to put the king in one more check. And then in theory, I should be able to do something about him, though. Hold on. Ooh. If I could block off the queen, queen will have no way to protect. And then after that, it's basically game over because the queen can try to influence this game, but can't. Won't be fast enough because I will be able to checkmate the moment that I block off the queen. Yes. Boom. Just blocked off the queen, bitches. Boom. What up, Woody? Where's Jesse? His Buzz Lightyear stopping by later. So, surprisingly, this is a One Piece. This is a hat from the anime One Piece. If you get bored, look it up. One Piece is incredible. But yeah, One Piece, baby. They call me Monkey Monkey D. Well, I can't say the. I'm a B. I got that big dick energy. No, I got small dick energy, to be honest. I know. I always say I've got BDE. But my wiener's really tiny. Google accountant keeps telling me to do a Wendy's review. Oh, man. It does look like Woody's hat a little bit, but yeah, it is the Monkey D. Luffy hat. But yeah, it does have the Woody vibes. Yep. I'll put the hat on incorrectly though. There we go. Upside down hat day. People are going to be more concerned as to why I've got an upside down hat. It's okay. Looks like Woody's hat. Yeah, reviewing Wendy's chili. That would be pretty good. I should buy the canned, because I eat a lot of chili. I should probably just buy a can of every single chili and do a live review of all the different chili brands out there. I love chili, man. Yeah, I might even just buy all the different canned chili out there. Also, I may just go to different places and buy their chili and straight up. Hell yeah. Well, I love chili, so I eat a lot of, it's funny, I do eat a variety of different types of foods, so I do need to do, I was thinking about doing YouTube short videos where I'm reviewing, because it only takes 1 to 2 minutes for me to determine if I think something sucks. I could just do a taste test right in front of the camera, and YouTube shorts is about roughly about 3 minutes. Which doesn't say much since I'm watching this. Yeah, I should just wear this hat upside down from here on out. I think I just won against my boy Jake, though. I think he's either going to surrender or he's going to find another way. I don't know. Because either way, no matter what he does, he is screwed. He is legitimately screwed on this game. He has nowhere else to go. And this is what we're working with here, right? So if you guys could see what I'm looking at here. So the queen is blocking off the king's access right here. And then the rook is, of course, being blocked off by the knight, but once I kill the knight, I can't kill the knight just yet with my rook because the queen's now blocked because I just moved my pawn up here. So it's interesting. It's going to be a very fun little move. I'm curious to see what he tries to do to combat it. I don't think he's got a lot of ways out. I don't think he's got a lot of ways out of the chokehold I just put him in. Because in a lot of ways, I put his king in a very, very tough position. And blocking off, yeah, I think I'm pretty, I think I could say that I've practically won this game. Not a guarantee that I've won this game, but it's looking more and more like I have the upper hand. Maybe. He still could find a way to win, though. He might... Maybe there's a move that he sees that I don't see. That's very possible. And, yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens and see what he does. Chess moves, man. Chess moves. E.T.'s wondering if I'm the Pringles guy. I do love Pringles, by the way. I eat Pringles like a maniac. But yeah, I need to start doing more food reviews. I mean, I'm fat as shit, and most people are reviewing like fancy items, and I basically could be the generic guy. They can call me Mike Generic. That's actually funny because I called myself Michael Generic at one point, which is hilarious in all aspects, but I've been doing a lot of short videos, though, which has been fun. I need to do some exclusive videos for you guys. I was thinking about just filming some exclusive videos with my smartphone. But yeah, what do you guys think about Kalshi? I think it's for gambling degenerates, if we're going to be honest. I think it's stupid. But to each their own. Obviously, I got my own opinion. I'm a little negative. I'm a little more negative towards gambling because I've seen so many people ruin their lives. I'm not saying they should outlaw gambling, but they need to put more warning labels like, hey, gambling is bad for you. If you do this, you're a moron. Like, there needs to be some sort of shame to gambling. And look, if people want to gamble, they can gamble. If they're good at gambling and they know how to win, sure. But there needs to be some sort of thing telling people that gambling is stupid and stop chasing losses, you moron. Copy review, bro. Oh, I won. My boy Jake actually surrendered. So my buddy actually surrendered off of that one. That's really cool. I think he knew I was going to win that no matter what, because one, if he tried to take, because I was basically cornering his king, and there was just nothing he could do about it. And it was a smart resignation on his end. It was funny, though, because I was ahead 3. But even if you're ahead, if the king is too exposed and a lot of your power pieces are in good range to set up the king for an eventual checkmate, I mean, dude, you can find ways to set up an eventual checkmate. Also, I'm not going to lie, I learned several techniques by losing to the computer. In fact, I've stolen a lot of moves from the computer over time because the computer can find some really inventive ways to beat you. I'll tell you that. So, yeah, I love chess. It's a bit of a passion of mine. But you know what would be fun, though, is to challenge people to one-on-one basketball and bet money. I think that'd be fantastic, man. Google accountant says Wendy's review coming soon. Blue cheese chili nugget mukbang gone wrong. Hell yeah. F yeah. But yeah, it would be fun to review chili, for sure. I would love to do that, actually. I love chili. Chili's so good. Like, to those of you who don't like chili, man, I don't understand you. I will never understand somebody who doesn't like chili. I don't get it. All right. Yeah, we could do a coffee review. Here's a live video idea. Try the different brands of chili, but have an extra one of each to pour on yourself. Interesting. I don't know if I feel like pouring chili on myself. Also, I don't like wasting chili. I love chili. I love the beans. I love the beef that's in there. I love it all. I love the chili peppers in there. I love it all. I was thinking E.T. I could do exactly what the zombie guy does. Chicka chicka wow, wicked wicked wow, 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 West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, you don't want nada. Oh man, let's roll. Everybody rock, everybody roll, everybody rock. Put it in my holes, put it in my holes, put it in the yo, put it in the oh no, I could be the greatest rapper of all time. Everybody acting like it's a bloody crime. You can clip it, chat, and you can rip it, chat. You could do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate, yar har sailor to be. Being a pirate is alright with me. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. All right. My God. Welcome to the show, everybody. We are live. We are feeling sexy. Sexy. And vulnerable. But yeah, anyway, I'm done with Kalshi. Back to the original subject of this video. Those Kalshi ads make me physically nauseous. Every time I see a Kalshi ad, I just want to throw up, dude. Zombie guy is the man, dude. I want to be like zombie guy when I grow up. Is that weird? That I want to be like zombie guy? I want to be like my boy, dude. I like Clown TV though. Clown TV is another good one. I also like Toilet Seat Guy, Seth Postal. He's a beast. He's a stud, dude. I was gonna fall asleep in my chair. Yeah, Clown TV guy is the man, dude. Well, I mean, Clown TV is just basically torturing himself on camera. That's essentially what Clown TV guy is doing. I appreciate it. I think it's fun. It's fun to watch. I need to do a Clown TV reaction stream one of these times. That'd be fun. Clown TV is the GOAT, though. He fakes some of it, though. Well, hey, Clown TV's got to do what he's got to do, man. He's reeling in the viewers the best way that he can, and I think the Clown TV guy, though, does it right. He's a very interesting dude. Very interesting fella. Give me a second, though. I'm drinking the pomegranate juice. I'm probably going to be live for another 25 minutes. We're talking about Kalshi, folks, and how it is basically degenerate gambling. That's the way I see it, at least. And I think a lot of states would agree with me. A lot of people would agree with me, too. Like, Kalshi is basically gambling. Even if I were to, like, look up Kalshi in Google News, I could put Kalshi. Kalshi is gambling. Oh, Kalshi's getting hit with a nationwide class action lawsuit. Class action over illegal sports betting. I love it. Prediction giant. I'm just reading the headlines here. Business Insider says prediction giant Kalshi strikes a new media partnership with CNBC days after CNN deal. See, I can't trust CNBC or CNN because they're basically in bed with degenerate gamblers. In degenerate gambling companies, dude. They're in bed with the casino. They're making love to the casino. Interesting. Just flat out interesting, man. They're making love to the casino. I've got the Beano. Whoa. Tell me, how am I supposed to live without you? And if I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will go. Way up high or down low. I'll go wherever you will go. Yeah. Who wants to be my brony brother? Who wants to be my brony brothers? Everybody wants to be my brony brothers. Let's rock and roll. Everybody wants to be my brony brother. Everybody wants to be my brony brother. Everybody wants to be a furry. Everybody wants to be a furry. You are all gambling degenerates. Every one of you who uses Kalshi. Kalshi is a piece of garbage. OMG, it's a shitty prediction market. I can't believe CNBC and CNN are in bed with Kalshi. Cause everybody's in bed with the gambling companies. ESPN loves FanDuel. Or wait, do they love FanDuel or are they sponsored? Anyway, they're sponsored with DraftKings or FanDuel. They love that shit. Butch Fletcher says, I'm in Missouri. They just made online sports betting on 12/1. Local TV is almost impossible to watch for about the past 2 months. Hold on. Dude, hell yeah, TJ. Got your certificate, took a class about hand counting votes and how to be a precinct watcher. Oh, hell yeah, dude. That means you can like keep an eye for any wrongdoing or, to make sure the elections, to make sure the counts are actually done with integrity. Which is good, by the way. That's incredible. Hell yeah. Dude, what a beast. Hey, everybody give it up for our boy TJ here from Stocks Family Farm. My boy got a certificate, and it's the certificate's it's took a class about like hand counting votes and how to be a precinct watcher, which is awesome, dude. Congratulations. Cheers. Cheers. I'm gonna It's freaking awesome, man. What a beast. Oh, dude, you're training to teach that class the rest of the week. Fuck yeah, dude. F yeah. Hell yeah, man. Just that class. That's freaking incredible, dude. What a beast. What a beast, dude. I love it. Outstanding, man. December 20th in Allegheny, you'll be doing... first class there. Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome, dude. Well, I think it's pretty neat that you get to do that, dude. What a stud. What a freaking stud, dude. Beast. I love it, man. One second, everybody. Sorry about that. Tim Walz, baby. But, dude, I've been reading about the whole Somalian thing that's going on in Minnesota. I don't know how true all of it is, but it's interesting. To say the least. It doesn't surprise me if it's true. Some people wanted Walls on their balls, dude. I want Vance in my pants, man. I want JD Vance. Give me Vance. It will be interesting to end the voting by mail. I still do think that early voting is convenient, so hopefully they still allow for drop boxes and stuff like that for votes. Because I don't mind going to a drop box and stuff. Oh, you're releasing it tomorrow on Amazon, dude. That's going to be tight. Hell yeah. Hells to the yeah, my man. Yeah, I'm going to try to get to reading the copy that you sent me, man, as soon as I can, at least. My eyes. My eyes, they're killing me. There's a few books that I've been reading for informational purposes, of course, when I have time, and I'll try to... It's going to have to be one of those things, even though it's only 60 pages, I might be able to whiff through it, but I do want to at least take the time to read it, so I understand what's going on in the book and stuff like that. I might even read like 5 pages live on the show. I don't want to read the whole book on the show because I want people to be able to, buy the book so they can figure out what happens next, sort of thing, but give them kind of a preview of what's in the book, so that way people have an opportunity to potentially, if they get curious to see what happens next, they can end up buying the book, which would be pretty dope. I love marketing shit. It's fun to market stuff. I love marketing good books, good anything. It's going to be pretty tight. Let's see here. You guys will have to bear with me for a few more moments just looking at a few things. I will say I'm pretty stoked. As I told you guys yesterday, for those of you guys who tuned in or didn't tune in yesterday night, but I ended up purchasing a new battery for my laptop. This laptop is over 11 years old, but there are still companies out there that actually make laptop batteries that work specifically for this type of model. Luckily, the battery is very easy to remove. I have one laptop. It's a very thin one. It's an HP laptop, but it doesn't have an easy to remove battery, which really blows. So it's probably one of the biggest downfalls of the HP one that I have, because this one right here, I mean, if I need a new battery, I just pay $25 on Amazon for a new one, and that's exactly what I did. So I got a new battery for this. Very excited. This is such a good laptop. I've had this since like 2015, and I'll tell you what, man, this laptop has been so amazing. I just felt like it was one of those laptops I just couldn't I couldn't just stop using it. It's that good of a laptop. Yeah, that's the thing that sucks, man. Tearjerker, books that make me a little too emotional, man, that can be tough for me to read, but maybe it's a good thing. Sometimes it could be a good thing. It's funny because I don't read a lot of fiction books anymore. I read a lot of just informational books, and I'm a nerd, basically. I read for information, so it's going to be interesting to read a fiction book again. That will be interesting, actually. But well, don't spoil the ending for me. I will eventually read it. That's the thing. So I want to make sure I read the whole damn thing. All right, let's see here. And that's why it's going to be an interesting book, man, because the fact of the matter is you kept it historically accurate, based on what you're telling me, kept it as historically accurate as possible, but you have a fictional character that's in that world. And there are plenty of stories there are plenty of fiction books that have been made in that way. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I do know they exist. And that's why it's brilliant, because you're taking an event in history and trying to tell a tale from a little girl's diary at that time, when there was a lot of religious persecution, especially of Christians in Russia and stuff like that. Or at least I think that's what happened. I can't remember the full history of what happened back then, but he said this is around I think you said it was around post-World War I or around during World War I. Yeah, no, definitely don't spoil it, but it will be interesting to read. I may even do a book review on it, just because. I mean, hopefully I understand what's going on, because sometimes there are certain things I may not understand, historically speaking, so. Well, damn, you kept it even accurate to the weather. That's wild. I love that. Telling a unique story within the conditions of how it was back in the day, from 1918 to 1919. Damn. Flipping wild, man. Flipping wild. I'm a little slow right now, you guys. You'll have to forgive me. My mind is a little like jelly right now. Now, what I'm thinking I might do, well, I mean, sometimes you have to pick and choose how accurate you want it to be, obviously. For instance, I'll give you an example. One of my favorite movies, The Big Short, which talked about the '08 financial crisis and stuff like that. You know, they did a bit of a Hollywood drama version, you know, to make it entertaining, obviously. Sometimes, you know, obviously, sometimes even though Michael Lewis, who wrote the book, was not technically there. The Big Short was a book, obviously, and then it was adopted to be a movie and stuff like that. But obviously, all you could do is, if you're the author of the book, but you were not there physically, but you understood the premise of what you're writing, sometimes all you can really look at is entries, historical entries, logs, whatever you can. And the more research you do, the better. You might even be able to understand the way people talked to each other back in the day, that sort of thing. How people actually communicated and did their daily and performed their daily lives. You know, it's tough. Even whether it's The Big Short or or your book. It's like, it's good that you did research, though, because keeping it as accurate as possible, even to the details of the weather and stuff like that's a good thing. Understanding, and also you're a historian naturally, so you understand your source material pretty well. So it's interesting to see what the book is going to be like, what the entries are going to be like in the book. Because I'll tell you, man, from a writer's perspective, I would not say I'm a very good writer. I would say I'm imaginative, but I'm not a good writer. I know how difficult it can be to write from another perspective than your own. The fact that you were able to get in the mind of a character that you created, a fictional one, obviously, but like to somehow find a way to get into that mindset, it's pretty extraordinary. To be honest, not a lot of people have that capability, and it's impressive. It kind of reminds me of, like, you know how like actors use disassociation, or are really good at, like, Christian Bale's a great example of an actor that could disassociate and really get into his character. It sounds like you may have that same ability when it comes to your writing abilities, to get into the mind of the character that you're writing about. you know. No, it would be pretty cool to translate it to the Russian language. Hell yeah. Incredible. Tenth book. This is the first one you published, but how come? Just out of curiosity, and I know some people like to keep their works private because they might feel self-conscious about it. But was there any reason that you never tried to publish your previous books? And if so, do you still have your original books? Because if you have your original books, dude, I think, I mean, and I could be wrong. Who knows? I don't know how good or bad the books were at the time when you started writing the original books that you had. But for the other works of literature that you created, have you considered putting that stuff out there for the world to see? So I think that'd be cool, man. I think it'd be pretty dope. And I think people would appreciate it. Sorry, guys, I got distracted again. I was checking some statistics. I get distracted too easily. But I am very happy, though. I got the laptop pretty much operational fully. One thing I do need to do, actually, while I'm here. Yes. I know the batteries experience permanent failure, blah, blah, blah. I'm aware. Let's see. Boot menu. I do need to get into Windows real quick, so. Go Windows Boot Manager. We're going to load up Windows real quick. Yeah, I got Windows 10 on this machine. It still runs. I do realize that I've... Brain Doctor recommends. See, most of them were written right after my accident. Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember you telling me this at the bar, Mr. TJ. Hell yeah. I remember you telling me this at the bar. Which is perfect, by the way. I think one thing that's helping me with my brain a little bit is, you know, getting into classic, getting back into computers a little bit more. I'm already a computer guy. I love software and stuff like that. I love developing it, but kind of branching out. You know, for instance, I installed Linux on this little laptop that I'm using, which is great. I have Windows on it as well. I dual boot basically, but yeah, no, being able to have things that you're working on that allow you to problem solve a little bit and allow you to start thinking, you know, can really help form new pathways in the brain. It's fucking brilliant, dude. Hell yeah. New neural pathways. What the heck? That's weird. So I think it like shut off when I was trying to do something on this. Hold on. I gotta figure out something real quick. Sometimes this computer, well, I love this computer. It's a fascinating computer. Windows Boot Manager. It is possible I might have damaged the Windows OS on this thing, so I might actually have to just scrap it. Well, I'll tell you what, that does suck if the Windows partition's totally screwed on this. I could resize the partition, though. I could still open up Ubuntu and just straight up resize the partition to make it to where the Linux partition's the more dominant one. Well, that sucks. Well, I'll say this. Yeah, I think I might have screwed up my Windows partition on here. Well, that's all right. I didn't really have anything too important on the operating system for the Windows one on there. What I can do is I could probably save a lot of... I'm pretty sure there's a lot of bullshit on here, but... drinking and smoking the dank don't help much, but learning and problem solving is the key. Like, yep. Yeah, I got to admit, man, I think that it's pretty damn incredible what you've been able to accomplish, man. Because sometimes it can be tough to get past some of the obstacles, you know? Whether it's something simple that's wrong with the brain or something a little more complex. Brain's an interesting thing, man. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to boot. I might have to look at the advanced options here. Because this loader... Because if I go to the Windows boot menu, let's go... okay, so... Go backwards. Yeah, looks like I'll just have to load up Ubuntu. Anyway, I gotta go. I'm gonna go eat some food over at my mom's house, and then she's cooking some tacos and stuff. So I'm gonna go over there and hold on, making sure this laptop is still working. At least Ubuntu Linux is working on here. That's the best thing about this. I don't think it's very easy to dual boot anymore, unfortunately, with Windows. I think there's something about it where something just doesn't work. But anyway, I'll catch you all later. TJ, always fun to talk to you, my brother. I'm out, you guys. Make sure you guys like the stream if you can. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways, so even clicking the like button helps out a lot if you haven't already. But yeah, more people who like the stream, it just helps in more ways than one. Have a great night. I'll be going live at some point tonight. I'm sure you'll be in bed and stuff or focusing on important stuff. But yeah, I've been trying to dedicate more time to going live because I know that, honestly, doing this show is very fun for me. But also, I know there's a lot of people that. There's some people out there that this show brings joy to them. Maybe they're working on something and they want to just have some background noise. I'm very happy to be able to be that background noise for a lot of people because I might say something, I might go on a rant that people can relate to or people can understand. And that's kind of what I want to do with this show. And I have fun with it. So anyway, catch you guys.